to go.
All right.
All right, Kyle.
It's our last one, isn't it? It's gone quick, really.
This guy talks a lot.
Oh, really? Come on in.
Hello, Kyle Butler with Neil TSP. How are you doing, ma'am?
Good, Nikki.
Nice to meet you. May I please take a seat?
Please.
Perfect. First off, here's my business card from throughout this process, and anytime in the future, if you ever feel a need to reach out and contact me with any type of concerns or questions, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to clarify any questions or concerns you may have, or really any way to just further this relationship. Please reach out to me. I'm here to work with you and build and establish this great relationship.
Great.
Do you mind if I take a little bit of notes during our process?
Please do.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, first off, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come here in Orlando and meet with me. Am I correct that we still have roughly about 15 to 20 minutes for this meeting?
We do.
Perfect. Well, first off, let me start with initial background on me. I've been working for Neil TSP for roughly 4 months now. I've been working hand in hand with one of our senior account executives, introducing Salon Biz to our existing customers in the Florida and Georgia region. The response from our clients has been absolutely incredible, and I'm extremely excited to talk about this here today. If you don't mind, I'd like to kind of set up an agenda for this meeting so we can make the most of our time together. Is that all right with you?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Well, I'd like to start out by asking you some questions about your business, making a brief presentation addressing any addressing any concerns or questions that you may have after my presentation, and if everything we discuss aligns with the direction your company is wanting to go, I'd love to discuss the next steps in this process. Does that sound all right with you, ma'am?
That works fine.
Perfect. Well, I did have the pleasure of speaking with Raphael a couple times before being referred to speak with you, and I kind of wanted to just clarify what your personal goals for this meeting are going to be.
Well, I'm interested to learn about what your cloud-based solution can do for our salons. We have, we have 10 different salons. We're part of a group, and so it's a pretty big decision. So I just want to see how your organization can help us.
Absolutely. Sounds great, and I look forward to addressing any of your concerns with the cloud-based and actually giving you some additional information on really what we're here to provide and all the advantages that you can take with the Salon Biz software that we're providing today. First off, if I can ask you, does your company have any specific budget for these plans?
Right now, we're just in the beginning stages, so we're just kind of taking a look and seeing what's out there, and then we'll take that into consideration and and making our decisions. It's just not financial decision. We're looking at the total package, what all your solution will offer us, and then we make a decision based on that.
Okay, perfect. What has Raphael told you about our products or services?
Just that it's a cloud-based solution, but really not much more than that. That's why you sent me here to get a better understanding.
Absolutely, perfect. Is there more than one salon on the hotel premise?
No.
Perfect. And what is your company currently using for customer relationship management?
Really, we just a paper-based system. Really, we do have like an old-fashioned system, but it's nothing that's cloud-based, and we've had many people dabble with that, and so it's not a very efficient solution. So we always go back to pen and paper.
Absolutely, and so I'm assuming that is how your data is accessed, is really not even digital mining. It's pretty much looking through the files and really mining. Very, very. I wouldn't say outdated, but a very tedious process.
It is.
To say the least.
Definitely be more efficient, for sure.
How would you categorize your inventory supply chain system? Would you call it periodic, perpetual, or just in time?
What do you mean by that?
how often do you replace orders? Do you guys replace orders based off when it gets completely depleted and then you're just ordering just in time to replenish your inventory for your
understand what you're
products?
saying.
Or
So,
are
I mean,
you...
hopefully we catch that. Sometimes we are out of something.
Okay, so you would say you probably order it periodically and just hope that the stock...
I mean, we were trying to keep up. We check it like 1 or 2 times a week. We have, so in my salon, there are 6 of us. There's myself, who's the manager. We have somebody who answers the phones and does callbacks and those types of things. And then we have 4 people providing our services, which are massage, manicures, pedicures, those types of things. So they're busy doing that kind of stuff. So, you know, the person who's doing callbacks is another thing they do is they help with the inventory piece. to check
Okay,
and
so you
see
have
where we
pretty
are.
much multiple eyes that are really kind of judging and gauging
We do a
how
pretty
your
good job, but
inventory.
we could definitely be more efficient. I mean, we do have over 100, you know, different vendors. We use a lot of different vendors, and be interested to see how your solution would be able to handle all that.
And could you just talk to me a little bit about the risk in having multiple inventory systems, multiple eyes? In your opinion, would you feel that there's any risk of having multiple different people kind of deciding on what to order and when to order?
I mean, I really wouldn't call it a risk, but, you know, we could definitely be more efficient.
Okay, perfect. And lastly, how many employees do you actually employ in your salon on a regular average day?
We have 6.
6 that are employed daily.
And then, you know, that's just my salon, and there's the other 10, they each have roughly 6 as well.
60 total. Perfect. Well, a little bit about Salon Biz. Our Salon Biz software actually gives an all-inclusive system. You're going to get point of sale, you're going to get customer relationship management, you're going to get inventory control, communications where you can do two-way communications with your customers to really engage and capture your customers, really to either kind of tailor some advertising to them or just capture their attention in general by really just being on their phones and being active in their lives so that they're constantly thinking and putting your particular salon at the forefront of their mind. In addition to that, we also do sales reporting in real time to lower your existing cost of a non-integrated system which you're currently using. What advantages would you see in an all-inclusive system? Do you think that's something that would benefit your company?
I mean, yeah, I think so, but I mean, you know, with some of the things that you're talking about, it does sound like it's a pretty expensive solution that you may have to offer. It seems pretty high-tech. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of different facets to it. You know, that would be my concern. That's, you know, the thing that's in the back of my mind is how much is this going to cost?
Absolutely, and I do completely understand. Obviously, cost should be the forefront of any business decision, and I will address that in a little bit later in my presentation, and would love to kind of show you the breakdown of price. But I would love to tell you that we are really gaining fast ground in the digital age, and as technology grows exponentially, it does become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to kind of have an all-inclusive software system and really run multiple things through one particular system. And I will absolutely show you a breakdown of our prices and really something that's going to match with the amount of employees you have and what will work best for you guys in your particular situation. Mm-hmm. In today's economy, speaking of cloud data, in today's market, pre-booking appointments are actually key to customer retention. In fact, I actually have a piece of proof from a company that we've worked hand in hand with that's similar to yours that has implemented our pre-booking system now using Salon Biz. And as you can see with this data, they were doing what I would call the old school way previous to the cloud data, and they had a significant drop in their customer retention rate because customers kind of either forgot who they were, too many salons out there, too many options out there for a customer to want to keep coming back without you keeping in the forefront of their mind, as I said, with that interactive advertising, sending out coupons, and really just making sure your customer does not forget about who you are and why you service them the best. And after they picked up our system, they steadily increased their retention rate to a point where now they're actually above where they were previous to even joining with us and partnering and obtaining Salon Biz.
Great.
In addition to that, I actually have a testimonial as well from that specific company, just kind of thanking us. And it specifically says our company's customer base has expanded over 40% because of our pre-booking and interactive advertising capabilities. Our profits have increased so much that we're opening an additional salon location next year. Now we're hoping to partner with them again, and we're assuming, based on the results that they've seen, they would like to partner with us again. And if we can do that, then we will keep expanding in our particular markets in Florida and Georgia, and as well in talks with you and trying to get you the exact same results that this company has seen. So these actually are for you to keep.
Thank you.
In addition to that, would product sales improve having the ability to offer products 24/7? Because currently, right now, I'm assuming that you guys are open probably about 9 to 5, but once you close, do you actually have an internet sales program
We don't.
currently?
That's what we're looking for.
So you would probably assume that your sales would increase on your products having access 24/7 and people being able to buy online really at their convenience.
Absolutely. That brings up another question for me.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you have, since it is cloud-based, you have all of our customers loaded into that database. How do you protect their security so that there's all these breaches going on? How do you protect their information from being gotten hold of?
Absolutely, and security is absolutely the forefront of what we want to protect. Customer information is key, and we really want to hold it. We don't want to have similar incidents like Target had. We don't want breaches. So we actually have a specific IT group that works specifically on recoding each time, typically periodically, maybe quarterly, and they're going to actually recode the cloud data so that as it gets closer to switching to that quarter, the hackers that may be getting close to entering are not going to be able to, because they're going to completely change the way it's coded. And I'm not a computer whiz by any means, but I do understand that if we change the code, similar to a lock, if you had a lock on your locker and you're scrolling down and I put in 12/17/86 and then quarterly I change it to 9/18/47, anyone who has been practicing over and over again to get the 12/17/86 is now going to be completely lost because I've changed the code. So they're not going to be able to access this digital data that's kind of floating in the air, so to speak.
Really good. And one other question.
Yes, ma'am.
Since you are cloud-based, in Cuba, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to visit, but we don't have consistent Wi-Fi. So how are we going to access your data? Since we have such inconsistency, how will that affect our business? I'll be able to access all of that.
Okay, unfortunately with that particular problem, that with the Wi-Fi would be something internally with your tech people, but the data will not be lost. It is floating in the cloud, and you will be able to actually access it if you have any other managers or any other people who have the master key or the holders of the overseers, pretty much your management or even top level. If they're in any other location with access to the internet, they'll be able to access what you're not being able to see and kind of tell you and relay the message specifically on what's going on. But typically, I'm assuming with a huge hotel that you have Wi-Fi, even though it does go in and out, you would probably restore Wi-Fi within 24 hours and you'll be back up and running and everything will work business as usual. And as I said before, if you have anyone outside of your particular area, which I'm assuming with 10 hotels, multiple locations, someone will be able to relay you what's going on. They'll be able to see in real time what's happening at your location up until a point where the Wi-Fi is out. When the Wi-Fi is out, you may not be able to do any business, whether it's with Salon Biz or really with any other type of internet transactional business at that moment when Wi-Fi is non-existent.
Got it.
Does that alleviate your fears when it comes to cloud data and being able to access it?
This gives me an
with
idea of what else
Wi-Fi?
I can do, which I appreciate.
Absolutely. And in your current system, are you finding it? In your current system, are you finding it trouble to staff the correct amount of people for productivity, or do you kind of just base it off of? We know how many customers come in, so we'll put 4, or right now you're telling me you do 6 daily. Are all 6 actually making their full shift, or some getting cut loose based on daily
Yeah,
traffic?
That happens sometimes. I mean, we do keep busy, and we're hoping that we're going to be increasing.
Absolutely.
That so. At that time, I think some solution like this would be able to help us to be able to have some visibility to that and be able to add more staff should we need to.
Perfect. And is everything that I've gone over so far and addressed helping you feel a little bit more comfortable about the Salon Biz system as a whole?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, I did want to let you know Salon Biz is extremely used for employers. Here are some examples of how it will look directly for your employees. Here's a system overview. Very simple, easy to read tabs, specifically known exactly where you want to go and what you want to do. And this is actually for you to keep as well, all these pieces of how it's going to look once you implement our system. You'll be able to see it immediately. Now here's some customer relationship management tools. It shows you your customer's name, address, first time they entered the store, how often they come, and really give you great data on how often and what the lifetime value of individual customers are, so you can really tailor, as I said before, your ads to your higher peak customers that are really repeat customers. You probably want to cater to them a little bit more than the average customer who may come once a year traveling from America. Even though you do want to stay in contact and build a relationship, your current customers that are constantly coming, that's really your profit base, and this is really going to help you engage those customers on a more personal level and really differentiate yourself from your competition within the country of Cuba. In addition, here's some inventory control to show you how simple it is. Your code numbers, your stock numbers, exactly what it is, the amount, and where it goes, whether it's retail or whether it's used by only the salon professionals. I'm assuming that you're going to sell retail as retail, and the ones that you open, you're going to have separate stock so that they're going to open it for the use in the middle of the actual service.
That reminds me, Kyle.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, it seems fairly easy, but I don't have a lot of time to train all these people on your software. How do you handle that?
Absolutely. I actually was going to address that, in fact, next.
Well,
so I'm glad you mentioned it. Not only is it easy to use, and as you can see, it's easy to navigate, but the best part of our system is, well, actually, I'll address your question and then I'll tell you the best part of our system. We actually offer constant training and updates to fully educate your employees on how to use the Salon Biz, how to implement it, and we actually come back quarterly to retrain and make sure that every single one of your individual employees, we'll take that on. We're the experts. We're to show you the ins and outs of this system, how to completely train even from the lowest level employee all the way up to your managers. And obviously there'll be different meetings because lower level employees are not going to have access to the type of data that a higher level manager will have. But we're going to be able to really get a basis in knowledge on every single level to really qualify and quantify what you guys need to know and how to implement this system without you having to be the leader and the teacher. We put it all on you. We give you all the information and then you have to go and relay, similar to when people speak into one cup and it goes to another, the message is not going to be as clear as if we come in with our staff and we get right down to work and really implement our system the way we use it and show you how to do it real time, hands-on.
Great.
Does that make you feel a little bit better about worrying about training? Awesome. And in addition to that, the best part about our particular system is actually the setup. It only takes 4 hours from start to fully operational. Once we go forward, if we were to go forward with implementing this system, the day that you choose, when we come out to there and install, 4 hours, you're up and operational, not only in your site, but all 10 locations. You're good to go. 4 hours later, you're up and running. You're in cloud data. Everything that you're aspiring for this program to be is going to be in your hands for you to be able to use and immediately make an impact on your profits, sales, and customer relationships. Are there any other questions or concerns that I have yet to address?
Just what's the cost?
What's it cost? Perfect. Well, that's where we're moving to next. So here's a price breakdown. With your particular company, you said you have, the way this works, it's 10 to 15 service providers. We call that locations. So you said you have 10 locations, so
Yeah.
we would suggest this package. It's $149 per month. That will include all 10 locations. So
Okay.
149 broken into 10 locations, you're practically spending $1.50 a month to have every single location, cloud data, all the POS system, all integrated, one system across, so you have a set standard of what you can hold and train your employees to, and really be able to control not only your inventory, but sorry, close. Not only to control your inventory, but as well as all the other features that I have discussed previous to now. In addition to that, Salon Biz is a cloud-based system giving you continuous access anywhere in the world. You'll have a fully integrated system with point of sale, customer relationship management, inventory control, communications, sales reporting, employee performance reviews as well. This system takes 4 hours to set up, and then it will be start and operational. Your products will be available 24/7 for online purchase, and you can pre-book as many appointments as your salon could hold, cutting your worry in half about overstaffing or understaffing, over-ordering or under-ordering. You're going to know exactly when these people are coming in, what time they're going to come in, and really how to budget staff, inventory, and product line. In addition to that, it'll be cutting your cost and maximizing your operating hours. Does all that sound good?
It does.
And if I could ask, would you be comfortable referring me to speak with Raphael with a more in-depth presentation, a little bit more interactive? Going to bring some actual tablets so you can actually test the system out yourselves. You guys are going to be able to get hands-on with what we do and be able to see if it's the right fit for what you guys are looking for. Does that sound okay?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking this time out. I'm sorry I ran a little bit over, but I truly look forward to building this relationship and moving forward with the next steps. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Time, man.
You did good.
That comes with the territory, though. You gotta know. Get to the point. I think I talk too much about certain things.
I gotta tell him, you're the only one that got that we had 10 locations and you adjusted your price.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listening. That's the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, that's a military thing. That's when we get excited. We're Roger. Well, thank you
You did
so
great.
much. Truly appreciate it. I really hope that
You did a great job.
I can really expand from here. Learn how to be more quiet, because I think that's my biggest thing. I talk too much, not listen enough. Learn how to really evaluate those skills. Learn more about the buyer, and then for me, it's going to come down to really adjusting my selling style to more amiable and relaxed people. I think I'm too much of fitting in with what a driver would want to see and not fitting in with someone who's more relaxed. Not really, I think I'm a little bit too, not pushy, but too, here's the facts, here's what you need to hear.
I
And
don't think so. I thought you
you
did
think
a great
so?
job.
Okay, perfect. Because I actually had an interview previous to this that I had to learn. She let me know Monday. She was like, okay, here's our information. Learn all of our products. You need to come and make 2 role plays and a snap sell today. So I had to do all that previous to this. So I rolled in there,
Wow.
kind of flew by the seat of my pants. And then her criticism was, you kind of talk too much, don't listen enough. And then I took that in here thinking, okay, what are you going to do to implement that? I mean, you're not going to get, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to get upset internally because she's critiquing me. The truth of the matter is that's what she's there for.
Mhm.
Let me learn from what you're saying, because if you've done it, that's where you need me to be. So hopefully I will
I appreciate
continue
your
to
energy,
gain ground on becoming an excellent salesman.
You made me
And-
giggle halfway through it. I could hardly contain myself. I was like, yeah, he got it. So good job.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. And I look forward to getting to know you guys throughout the time here and evolving
Likewise.
into that 21st century salesman that's going to lock down every sale. Huh?
Thanks again, Kyle.
Thank you.